Welcome back to Headlines and Heartlines, where we talk with the people working to serve Liberty County and the communities that call it home. Today, I'm joined by Richard Himburg, Republican candidate for Liberty County Commissioner Precinct 2. County commissioners play a key role in shaping budgets, maintaining roads and infrastructure, and making decisions that affect the day-to-day lives of Liberty County residents. Richard, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
For listeners who may not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
So I am a lifetime resident of Liberty County. I've got 5 years law enforcement background. I've actually worked in Liberty County multiple times. Cleveland PD is starting one, and then Liberty County Sheriff's Office. Currently, I work for Franklin Police Department.
Franklin, where's Franklin?
It's up north of College Station.
Okay.
About 30 minutes northeast of College
So
Station.
you're a peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and are you still with the fire department?
Yes, ma'am. I don't do it as much, but I've got 13 years with North Liberty County, and then I just recently started with South Polk.
Okay.
And I actually got voted in president for that department, not this past Monday, but the Monday before.
Okay.
So
you are a public servant at heart?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Both of those roles are public service.
Yes, ma'am.
So what led you to run for Liberty County Commissioner?
I've had a lot of people come to me complaining about the way things have been taken care of in the past few years. So kind of wanted to step up and support my county, support my community. I don't know if you've seen some of my posts starting 2 years ago.
I don't watch a lot of Facebook. I'm on Facebook because I have to be for business, but I don't really keep up with everyone's posts.
So I started about 2 years ago kind of posting about the bridge in Romare when it washed out.
Yeah,
and,
the Trinity River Bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And every week I would continuously update photos and statements from the crew out there, and ended up leading to me getting put on ABC 13 for a short interview. So
yeah,
it kind of just prospered from that.
Okay. All right. And so what are some of the complaints that you're hearing from people that they feel like aren't getting addressed or handled?
They don't like the way the roads are being taken care of. And
is it mostly in the north end that's the issue?
I've heard it all over.
Okay.
Tarkington, but I hear a lot of it in Cleveland and Romare, Rye. And then there's a lot of drainage issues as well. There's just stuff, when it rains, stuff doesn't run off like it should. So
there's budget limitations that, everybody wants to have a nice road, but there's only a certain amount of money to spend on the roads. So I don't know how anybody can, I know they have to prioritize it, but I don't know how anybody can expect to have the road perfect with the amount of money that the commissioners get. They just don't get a whole lot.
Right.
But have you looked into the budgets to see how much money gets allocated to Precinct 2?
Yes, ma'am. It's a little over $4 million total. That's including salaries and
everything.
Road materials is right around $870,000 a year.
Yeah.
So roads, it's about $300,000 to $400,000 to build 1 mile of road.
I think it's maybe more than that. It depends on what kind of surface you're. I guess if you're
Right.
putting like a the hot mix or something, you could get by with, or just patching. But it's pricey.
It is.
And the prices are not going down.
No, ma'am, not at all. Not anytime soon, anyway.
No. Why do you feel now is the right time for you to step forward and seek office?
It just felt like it.
Yeah.
It just spoke to me. So might as well do it now.
Okay. How has your professional or personal experience prepared you for the responsibilities of a commissioner?
So I actually own my own business as well.
Okay.
So
what kind of business is it?
I do outfitting for police vehicles, emergency vehicles.
Okay.
So like the lights and their center consoles, bumpers, like everything that goes into making them a police car,
Okay.
I can take care of. So that helps me out budgeting with money. And then working on my off-duty jobs, I work really close with the crews that are out there building the roads. I work a lot with TxDOT, and then now I'm working with Centerpoint. So I kind of get to witness what they do and ask questions. And
Is that like a second job working for Centerpoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
it's an off-duty job.
Off-duty
we provide
job.
traffic control and security and stuff like that.
Okay. So most people know that the county commissioners vote on county budget, but the role includes much, much more. Can you describe the job duties of a county commissioner to the voters?
So their primary role, besides the budget, is taking care of road and drainage, making sure everything's passable, clean. They also take care of the dumps stuff like that. The actual community resources. And I just feel that the drainage is their primary that needs to be taken care of next to the roads.
Are there specific areas in the county where you've seen the problem especially exacerbated? Problems?
So in your low-lying areas, of course, is going to be the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Like Horseshoe, New River Lake Estates, Trinity Lake Estates, Sam Houston Lake Estates, all the way down in through Hardin. They're all going to be bad.
Yeah.
And each area is going to have the worst. But you can't fix those areas completely because every time there's a flood, it washes it away.
And we've been lucky lately. The past couple of years, we haven't had any bad flooding, and we didn't even get a hurricane this last year.
Thankfully.
So that was a good thing. Hopefully we can have a couple more of those years because we've had some really bad ones in the past decade or so. Yes,
ma'am. So if there was a way to find a sturdy, heavy material that wouldn't wash away, that would probably be the best for those low-lying areas.
Like what? What would be the solution? Because even concrete can be ruined.
It can, but that's like your best option, but it's the priciest.
Yeah, there's no way to afford that.
Yeah, I think a mile of that is closer to $1 million.
Yeah, there's no way.
So
and the other constituents in Liberty County wouldn't be too happy with that either because their roads would get neglected. So it's like you're having to stretch this one piece of pie to a bunch. Yeah, it's hard. And like in some of the low-lying areas, they've tried to do buyouts, but then people didn't want to take the buyouts. And not everybody qualified for the buyouts. And so now they're just kind of stuck with where they live. And it's unfortunate, but I think that's the situation with New River. And they've had to find a workaround road because their road washed away in one of the major floods.
Yeah, we had with the fire department side of it, we had a lady running from the sheriff's office actually, and she ended up driving off into the river.
Oh gosh!
This was a few months back. It was sometime last year. And we ended up having to cut her out of the car because when she fell on the roof.
Oh gosh! So did she survive?
I can't say that. I think she did.
Yeah,
but I can't.
Gosh,
go into full detail on
because that road is. I mean, the road that the last time I was back there, it's literally right next to the river, and it felt a little bit dicey just driving across it. And I think now that it's gone completely, and they have to go around a different direction.
Yes, ma'am. They just keep on inching further and further into that property.
Yeah, it's eventually there won't be a whole lot if we get a few more floods. What do you think is the most important responsibility of the commissioner?
I think making everybody's budget.
Budget?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because you're at that point you're affecting the whole county, even though it's not my precinct. Say I'm approving the sheriff's office budget. I mean that affects the entire county.
But how do you balance the precinct specific needs with the countywide responsibilities?
You got to take your priorities. You got to figure out what has a higher priority and be able to divvy it out properly.
What would be the highest priority for you?
Safety. I want to make sure the roads are safe for people to drive across.
Yeah. Law enforcement?
Law enforcement is key. EMS. Right now, there's a lot going on with EMS with the new contract.
I know there's some concerns.
I feel like instead of spending money on a third-party company, why don't we have our own again?
I think they've tried that, and it wasn't cost effective. I'm not sure. There's so much that goes into running an ambulance service, so I'm just not sure.
My plan with that, on a budget-wise, would be like setting it up like an ESD. Mm-hmm. But instead of...
Have it taxpayer funded?
Instead of doing it on the residential taxes, set up a sales tax. So that way, everybody's paying their share. It doesn't matter if they live in the county, if they're passing through, and they stop at one of the gas stations, they pay a sales tax. Well, then they help pay for the ambulance service. Because right now, the way it is, your taxes are only paying for the EMS.
Yeah.
So if somebody from New York's coming through and they have a wreck, well, then you're paying for that service to be there for them. Of course, they get billed afterwards too, but that's my thought process of it. Well,
yeah, there's also some discussion about doing away with property taxes and just having sales tax, but I wonder how much sales tax how much of a burden we can actually bear if everybody's like, oh, let's just add it to the sales tax. Well, how's that going to get before it's like people quit buying things because they can't afford to replace their car, they can't afford to replace their refrigerators, and so you can only put so much on sales tax. I don't have the answers. The ESDs seem to be working. Or what's your opinion of the ESDs?
I feel like if they're done right and operated properly, they're a good thing.
Okay.
So it's more of a management on the ESD side, because you have your ESD boards, and then it goes down into the fire departments.
Yeah.
And the fire department on their side has their own management as well. So it's the
volunteer side and then the other side. Yeah.
I think it works out if it's organized properly.
Yeah. So, what are the most common concerns that you hear from residents in Precinct 2? When you're out visiting with people, what are they saying to you? What do they tell you that I need you to fix if you get elected?
It sounds repetitive. It really does. But even today.
All right, when you're out talking to people, I'm sure you're going door to door and talking to people, correct?
I've been around, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so what are some of the most common concerns that they're addressing?
So even this morning, before I came out here, I was talking to 4 people earlier, and they were complaining about, again, the roads, the potholes, the just numerous patches that keeps on getting piled up and piled up and piled up. They stated even they would rather just a dirt road at that point, instead of putting up with the patches, because at that point you're just dealing with the potholes that you're going to deal with on a rock road.
If you deal with a rock road, then you deal with broken windshields, though.
It's true. It's a hit or miss.
It's a trade-off. Yeah. Well, how would you approach identifying and addressing the infrastructure needs in the entire precinct?
So I have a friend of mine. I'm going to call him a friend of mine. He's more of an acquaintance, but he's got 30 years experience working on roads. And I've expressed to him if I make it and I want to hire him in to come help me. And me and him has talked about the system of him going around and checking the roads and determining which ones, and then of course bringing them to me, telling me, showing me, and then myself approving them. We've talked about how to fix them, a proper way to get it started anyways.
What's his background?
So I can't say what company he's worked for, because he still currently works for them. But he's had over 30 years working in road work, all the way from the bottom to the top. Okay. So.
All right. Precinct 2 includes a mix of rural and growing areas. How do you plan for growth while preserving the character of the existing communities?
It's tough. It really is. It's tough. The best way is to continue growing, but continue having the input of the locals. Everybody should have a say in what's going on, and that's the easiest way.
But there's a limit to what if someone comes in and buys like property to develop, there's a limit to what the commissioners can do. They can't really, and they can do lot size limits and things like that, but they can't say, it's got to be this perfect situation. They can give limits of how it's going to be, and then so I don't know how you would preserve all of it. We're getting a lot of growth.
It's going to be hard to keep
it's a lot to manage.
And I come from an area that's had that. My now ex-wife, because I am currently divorced. She lived in the neighborhood, and I couldn't stand it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like having a neighbor
that close,
where you could throw a rock and hit their house.
Yeah, or you can overhear their conversations.
Exactly. So I kind of feel for the country roots of having space.
Yeah, that's the way I like it too. I keep telling everybody, just keep that growth on the west side of the Trinity, and I'll be happy.
There we go. I like that idea.
Yeah, just keep it on the west side. How important is communication with constituents, and how would you stay accessible to residents?
So if you go on my Facebook page right now, my campaign page, my phone number is listed there. And
directly?
My direct phone number.
Wow, okay.
So 100%, I want you, if you have a problem, call me. If I don't answer, text me.
Okay.
You have access on my Facebook. I answer my messages in a timely manner as soon as I can. Yesterday, I've had a few messages come in. I couldn't answer them because of the down outage. Verizon.
Verizon yesterday was bad. We're recording this on January the 15th, so yesterday was a really bad day for Verizon. I think there was a nationwide outage for some people. Mine stayed working all day.
My business line stayed open.
But your other one didn't?
But my other one didn't.
Strange.
So.
Well, I am on a business plan, so maybe that was the difference. So.
But it wasn't only Verizon either. It was AT&T. Apple support was down.
Yeah.
T-Mobile. It was everywhere.
Yeah, they got in and I think it was hacked. They hacked in, didn't they? Or
I haven't heard that.
I can't remember what the cause was. Someone else, one of the listeners is probably much more aware of what happened yesterday than I did. I had too much going on to keep up. Okay, so commissioners help set the county budget. How do you approach stewardship of taxpayer dollars?
Of course, I feel the sheriff's office is going to have a large sum. They're going to need a large amount. I'm going to take it into the safety is key.
Yeah.
And then from there, it has to kind of spread out.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not sounding right, but our precincts fall under right below the sheriff's office because they're the ones that take care of us.
Yeah.
They're the first ones in, the last ones out. So, and then your county, your precincts, of course. Precinct 2 is the biggest, so we have the biggest budget, but it's got to be equally.
It's going to be
divided.
tough.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Jay Knight do the presentation where he takes a piece of paper and he tears it in half or divides it, and the largest part goes to school taxes and the second part goes to city or something like that, and then by the time you get left, it's like this little tiny piece of paper left, and that's the county tax.
Everybody's fighting for it.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's not, it's not a lot to, $600,000 for roads for a precinct is not a lot to go around, so you have to really prioritize. So how would you prioritize that spending when the resources are very limited?
So, I'll just use Precinct 2 as an example.
Mm-hmm.
The roads that are the most traveled and
Okay.
are at the dire need of falling apart and needing to be replaced.
Okay.
Those would be key. Number one.
Okay.
And then slowly even out and get the smaller roads. That's the way I would look at it.
Are you aware of any bridges in the county that need repairs, or like on the county roads, not the major roads?
I haven't seen any reports on them.
Okay.
I can tell you some that are in my mind would need to be replaced.
Yeah.
Actually, would be in Hoop and Holler.
Yeah.
Have you went across that bridge that crosses Menard Creek?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. I feel like that would need to be raised. It floods every time right there, and those
one of
people
those
are
areas.
stuck.
Yeah.
So, and I can't afford to replace that with the budget.
No.
You're going to have to get grants,
You'd have to.
and that would be key. One of them that would need to be replaced. Another idea or area that I've been watching, Sam Houston Lake Estates. I feel like it's kind of been wrote off. You're talking about one of the
You're talking
buyouts.
about in the areas in the very far back?
Right there by the mailboxes. You know how you can't get past the mailbox?
Yeah, I think that area has been written off.
Yeah, I feel like it's been wrote off. So,
But what would you change about that? Because it's in terrible condition.
I feel if you come in and you dig out all that bad dirt, I'm just going to call it bad dirt because it's not a stable dirt, not a stable surface. And you come in and you add some culverts, and then you put some stabilizing sand, and you build on top of it where it's not in a low area, but you kind of raise it up a little bit, it'll stay.
But is that the county's responsibility or the subdivisions?
I mean, they're paying taxes. They all pay county taxes. I feel like if you're in a city even, I know they overlap.
Yeah.
But you're all paying taxes. So
I don't know what
feel
the rules are for that subdivision, but I think that they, people that were given a chance to buy out and then didn't take it, it's like, well, the county can't keep fixing the same road over and over and over again because no one else is getting any relief.
Right.
I think that was the whole philosophy behind the buyouts. So I know people that took the buyouts and they're glad that they're no longer down there trying to get in with boats, but there's people that stayed because that's where their roots were. So it's a tough call. What role should commissioners play in seeking grants and outside funding to reduce the burden on local taxpayers?
So I don't 100% know how the current system works. I can speculate. I feel like, or from my understanding, there is a central county grant writer. They all go to them and they ask for grants. And obviously they haven't been getting a whole lot of them. I feel like each commissioner should have a grant writer and file for grants for their precinct. I feel like that should be fair. And then when they get that money, of course, it goes to that precinct and they're able to
I think they outsource a lot of the grant writing stuff too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, they outsource it because the grant writing is expensive. I mean, the people that do that, they expect a pretty good salary.
I've had two express interest to me that would actually write their
Grants to pay for their own jobs.
Yes.
Yeah, assuming that they can actually get the grants, that would be great.
So as long from what they have explained to me, they don't get paid unless they get the grant.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, how would you handle tough decisions that may not please everyone?
So I've been a cop for a long time, and I've got a thick skin of it's going to sound mean, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. So if I got to make a tough decision at that point, I know it's for the better good. I know I'm going to get backlash for it, and I'm already prepared for it.
Okay. If elected, what would you want residents of Precinct 2 to see accomplished during your first term?
I want them to see improvement.
Okay.
Improvement is going to be key. I want them to actually see and feel that there's somebody there for them and actually answers their calls and calls them back and responds.
Okay. How would you define success as a county commissioner?
When the job's done, and it's never done.
It's never going to be done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's not really, I don't look at there being a success or fail. It's just continue going.
Yeah. What do you think sets you apart from the other candidates in this race?
So I'm not a career politician. I haven't interacted with the career politicians in Liberty County, so I feel like I'm an outlier, and I feel it would be better having somebody that's not already in that niche, I guess you could say, that group.
Okay. What is something that you've learned about Precinct 2 since starting this campaign?
It's huge.
It's the biggest one.
Which I knew it was big beforehand, but I didn't realize it was as big as it is.
Yeah.
Parts of it touched Montgomery County. Parts of it touched San Jacinto, Polk, Hardin counties. I mean, it's huge. Mm-hmm. So definitely diverse.
Hardin County, yeah. Because it goes all the way past here to Hardin County. When you knock on doors, what do people talk about most?
So this morning, I keep on going back to that one. I'm going to use it as an example. I didn't even go in there to politic.
Yeah.
I was going in to get them to sign or notarize my stuff. They immediately started, when are you going to fix the roads?
It's all about the roads. It's all about the roads. Yeah. Okay, so we end these interviews with fun questions. So I'm going to ask you some fun question. What is a small issue that doesn't make headlines but you think really matters to people?
Small issue that doesn't make headlines. Mm-hmm. I want to say our utilities in the area.
Utilities?
They don't really make big headlines.
Yeah.
But like in the north end, our water system is Lake Livingston.
Yeah.
And it's
not great.
It's not great. Your continuous boil water notices and outages and work, and it's just like it's never done.
Well, I'm blessed to live in God's country, so we're on the Hardin water supply.
I have a water well, so I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the Hardin water supply, and I have Sam Houston Electric, which is beautiful. So between the two, Moss Hill's not a bad place to be.
Yes, ma'am.
What's one thing that you would never take lightly as a commissioner?
I don't take being called a liar lightly. Okay. I guess it's going to be the easiest way. And by liar, I mean making false promises.
Yeah.
So I don't take that lightly. So if I'm making a promise, I'm going to
do your best to get there.
Best to get it done.
Yeah. What's a decision-making habit that you rely on?
I talk to a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
You
have a wide web?
Yes, ma'am. I have people that's been in this county for a long time, and if I have something that's stumping me, I go to them and, what would you do here? How would you do this?
Yeah.
So I kind of go around a little bit.
Who do you turn to for advice?
He's probably not going to like me putting his name out, but I go to Bo Potter a lot.
Oh, I like Bo. Bo's great.
He's a good guy.
Former, is he still the chief?
Former chief.
Former chief for the North Liberty County
Yes,
Fire Department. What motivates you on days when the work just feels too heavy?
Oh, I don't think it ever feels too heavy for me.
You just enjoy being a police officer.
I continuously, a good day for me is if I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Okay.
So I just got off a 48-hour shift working my off-duty jobs. So I haven't slept today.
Oh.
And then I'm going back again to work tonight. So, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. So
But you're doing that while you're young.
Yes.
As you get older, it may get a little harder.
hopefully
You're young.
Hopefully it stays the same.
We'll see how old you're, like 30 something maybe, or
28.
28 years old. So enjoy that privilege while you're young.
It'll get there. I hope it stays where it's at. But
Who is your mentor besides Bo?
I never really had a mentor for something like this. What I'm running for now.
Just in life.
My grandpa.
Your grandpa.
He had a lot of work ethic. He taught me a lot while he was here.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's passed now, but
Yeah.
I definitely got a lot of good work ethic out of him.
Yeah. Favorite place to unwind in Liberty County?
Favorite place at home.
At home?
Yes, ma'am. I have over 30 acres at the house, and it's peaceful and quiet, and work the land, and
Yeah.
it's just nice to be home.
Early bird or night owl?
Both.
Both.
Yes, ma'am. Both. I'll go to sleep late and then wake up early in the morning and be ready to go.
Okay. So what about a hobby or skill that most people might not know that you have?
I like to fish.
Fish?
Fish and hunt.
Yeah. Outdoor stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. So finally, what does public service mean to you?
It's been my whole life, so it's everything.
Yeah.
Started like you asked in the beginning. I started out in the fire department in 2013 as a junior firefighter, which is I'm under 18. I can't hardly do anything, but I get to help out a little bit. And then I worked my way all the way up to now being a president, as well as being law enforcement. So public service is everything.
So when voters go to the polls on March 3rd, what is the one key message that you want them to remember about you when they start making their decision to vote?
I'm on their side.
You're on their side? Is that
I'm
what you
on
said?
their side, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, Richard, thank you for taking the time to visit with me and share your perspective on serving as a Liberty County Commissioner if you're elected. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Headlines and Heartlines. These conversations, I hope, help voters better understand the people and the priorities behind the offices on the ballot. As always, stay informed, stay engaged, and I will see you next time. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.